Hi, part 2 of the video in which we will show you how to use the Centrify LDAP Proxy and Centrify agent to leverage Couchbase Server's upcoming integration with LDAP. And as we said, there's benefits to using the Centrify LDAP Proxy because it uses AD client, which gives you, performance, sites and services, location, and everything. Very nice stuff that simplifies things when using Active Directory as an LDAP server. So in this video, we'll basically verify the configuration, and we're going to do it from the bottom all the way to the top. And let me go ahead and pull in my session right here, and my cheat sheet as well. And here's the first thing we need to make sure is that our Centrify agent is running. So AD info shows me that the system is connected to AD and the domain controller that I'm talking at this point, right? In this environment, I do have 2 domain controllers. The next thing I need to make sure is that the Centrify LDAP proxy is actually running. I actually launched this process manually, and as you can see in here, I'm launching it with the -F to specify, in this case, the default config file, and the -H. What that means is that this LDAP server is going to respond to the hostname send1.corecomtoso.com over unsecure LDAP. Note that in a production environment, you will probably use secure LDAP plus redundant servers as well. Another way that we can do is just basically make a query, make sure that it's going to respond to a query. So I have this query right here, and it should respond with information from George Constanza. Okay. The next layer that we're going to verify is the saslauthd LDAP. So what we can do is make sure that the service is running. So if I do a status, you can see that the service is running. So and notice that this service is running, but there's a script that is provided that lets you test that the saslauthd is working correctly, in this case using LDAP. What I hate about this is in this particular case that is showing you the clear test packs for here. So that's not a good security practice. So AD client is running, LDAP proxy is running, saslauthd is configured correctly. So we are ready to go into the Couchbase configuration and take a look to see if our LDAP is running. So we're gonna go ahead and sign in with the administrator. I was able to sign in, and I typically would bring you here to cluster overview. You have to go to settings and then to LDAP auth. Notice that I already have enabled LDAP auth, and very simple. I have 2 users right now. One of them is George, and let's take a look at what he can do. He's a read-only admin. So what that means is that if I log in with George and actually notice that everything that I'm seeing here is grayed out. So if I go to settings, everywhere I go is completely grayed out because I'm a read-only user. So as you can see, I have a full admin is Jackie Child. So remember the 2 scenarios, right? So depending on how you do your filtering, you may be able to enable users that have no Unix profiles. In this case, I'm using Sam account name. But if I wanted to make sure that only users that have Unix profiles as an additional security control, I could just basically look for UID under the class POSIX account. So if I want to log in like Jackie Childs, notice that everything is enabled here, and I could actually either add new admins or whatnot. So if I wanted to add, for example, Jerry, all I need to do in here is save it. If I check it, and notice that, you know, he's a read-only admin here. So, and that's pretty much it. You know, it's very simple. Couchbase, my experience with the software, it was easy to install. The functionality that they provide is really cool. So, you know, we have some good technology coming in, and they're going the right direction. So what I would like to see is this to expand to support Kerberos, PAM, and maybe expose Unix groups to here, so that way we can use Active Directory enabled Unix groups to provide entitlements inside the administration. But again, these are, you know, baby steps. They are basically a database company, but very happy what they're doing in terms of providing integration. And I hope this video helped.